Attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another webinar with SiteScout. This is Matt Sauls on the line, and we've got Rako Badakovic also helping us out today with the webinar. Today, we are going to be looking at new video features that have been added to the SiteScout platform. Video has been a big goal of ours to bring to all of our clients, and we're now proud to say that we can offer in-stream video over RTB to all SiteScout buyers. This should be a pretty straightforward and short webinar. We're going to look at the way you create a video campaign. We're going to look at a few things to do with uploading video creative, as well as using VAST tags. And towards the end, we'll also talk about some of the upcoming video features that we expect to come to the platform in the near future as we continue to build out our video offering. So when you're creating a video campaign, as with any SiteScout campaign, and actually, before I continue, I should mention that video is only going to be available in the new version of our platform. So if you want to access video, make sure you're on the /beta of our platform, and you can also access that through a link in the top corner of the first version of our platform. So in SiteScout V2, you're going to go to the new campaign menu, and you're going to build a new video campaign. Once the campaign screen loads, you're going to be presented with options that are very similar to any other campaign on the SiteScout platform. So everything in the basics section is going to be available. And what you'll find, and just going to the new campaign menu to look at this again, what you'll find is that the video campaign is similar to the advanced campaign. And so for the time being, we've decided to add pretty much all SiteScout features to the video campaign. So you're going to be able to do any mobile stuff, contextual stuff, hyperlocal stuff, etc. You're going to be able to do audience targeting. So pretty much any tool available in SiteScout is available within a video campaign. There are, of course, going to be some video-specific features that are different from other campaigns. So the first thing you're going to see once you've actually given your campaign a name, and if we're going to need to put in a URL, is that in the video section, we've got options for pre-roll, mid-roll, and post-roll. So pre-roll is when your ad plays in-stream before the content, mid-roll is when it plays in-stream during the content, and post-roll is when it plays in-stream at the end of the content. At this time, as in the industry, we'll find that most of the inventory is going to be pre-roll and mid-roll, but all are available. As far as the campaign basics are concerned, this is the only video-specific section in the campaign basics. So once we've decided which of these options we want to target, then we can move on to the next step. Next step is audiences. There is absolutely no need to put an audience into your video campaign. However, it is an option, and like I said, we've tried to include pretty much all SiteScout features into the video campaign type. I'm going to skip the audiences section and move on to inventory. So when you arrive at the inventory tab, it's already going to be pre-filtered for video. Right now, we have partnered with one video exchange, which is BrightRoll, and within probably the next month or so, maybe even less, we are expecting to have inventory coming from other video providers such as LiveRail, Spot Exchange, Adapt TV, Google, and many of our other providers are also going to be onboarding video to the SiteScout platform. So this tab will be pre-filtered for video inventory only. You can see that each inventory source in the inventory search tool is labeled as a video source, and then of course you can see the domain name, number of impressions, average CPM, etc., and of course the exchange that it's coming from will be shown at the end. Something to point out here, video inventory tends to be more expensive. People may not have noticed. I'll just jump back. Oh, it needs me to select at least one. We'll just add something to the campaign here. Just as I jump back, you're going to notice we've set the default bid price at for video at $7. It may be possible to win inventory at less than $7, and you may see some examples of that here. But keep in mind that the video inventory is going to be more expensive than display inventory, and obviously there are reasons for this. The users are going to be much more engaged. You tend to be getting a full screen engagement with the user, which means the message of your advertisement is a lot more powerful. And of course, we can't serve multiple videos at the same time the way we do with display ads. So when you're choosing inventory, you can either do as I've done, and you can select sites that you'd like to target your video against, or instead of doing that, we could actually choose to run across all sites. Running across all sites probably makes a lot more sense when you've chosen an audience or when you've chosen a narrow geo-target or some contextual target for your campaign. So both are options, but obviously the run of network type campaign is going to be used where some other type of targeting is available. And of course, as with all of our campaigns, you can use a domain list. So if you want to whitelist or blacklist URLs, you're going to be able to. By the way, there's a few questions coming in, and we're going to make sure to get to all the questions. So if I don't answer them right away, we'll make sure to kind of go through at the end of the webinar. Just a few. Just read a few quick questions here. With video CPM being more expensive, this is someone's question. Does that typically mean that it's going to have a higher ROI? It's very dependent on your campaign. It's very dependent on what you're trying to do. Video is the highest impact form of advertising known in modern advertising, whether it's in broadcast on television or whether it's in online. Obviously, if you're in a direct response performance marketing adventure on SiteScout, then you're going to need to be considerate about how much you spend and whether or not that works for your offering. For brand advertisers, video is historically the highest impact way to get a hold of a user. I'm just going to move on here to the next section. So we've chosen some inventory, we've chosen sites to run across, and the next step is going to be to move on to ads. So the simplest way to add a video creative is to upload a creative from your computer. So we've got a 15-second advertisement here, and it's going to take a moment to upload. While it's uploading, I'll just read a few other questions off the list because we will need a second to let that video upload. Someone says, is there a way to see video inventory in the inventory section of SiteScout version 2? So as a matter of fact, we've not, on the inventory tab, I'm not going to open it up, but the inventory tab, which brings up a larger version of what we were just looking at, we do not currently have a filter for video specifically. However, what you can do is filter for individual exchanges that are video-only providers. In the very, very near future, we're going to be adding a video filter to the ad planner, so you'll absolutely be able to search for video-only inventory. My creative has been uploaded, and it's now shown here. We can rename the creative here if we want to, and we can preview the creative from here if we want to. I'm just going to go through before we continue and save the campaign, and then we can open it up and take a look at a few of those things. So once we're ready to go, I'm actually going to do one more thing here. The campaign status is set on. I don't necessarily want to actually run this campaign, so I'm just going to turn the status off, and we can jump back and launch campaign. It'll let us know that the campaign is being launched in offline mode, and I agree to that. So as far as a basic setup of a video campaign, that's done. We've just accomplished the video setup. Campaign now shows here. It'll be labeled as an in-stream video campaign. One important thing to note, this campaign cannot be edited in SiteScout version 1. So because of the fact that the video tools are only available in version 2 of SiteScout, you'll only be able to edit this in version 2. If you open your account in version 1, you'll see that it does not allow you to edit the campaign and asks you to go into version 2. I'm just going to open this campaign back up and take a look at some other options for creative upload. So if we just go back to the ads section of the campaign, many of our clients who are running video campaigns are going to be using vast tags, and the tags are either going to be in an XML format or in a URL format. I won't go into a ton of detail here, but I've got just a few quick examples. If you have an XML vast tag, it's going to look something like this. This this tag basically points to all the information that is necessary to run the video. It includes the length here, and it includes file locations for many, many different formats of the video. If you've uploaded the video to SiteScout the way I did in the first example, then this is all taken care of. We will have already transcoded your video into every necessary format in order to make it work on any player. Otherwise, if you are hosting your own VAS tag, then this will have to be taken care of. So if we have a VAS tag, we can very simply paste all of that VAS code in here, and we can save the ad, and that is now done. The SiteScout platform will now serve the ad through your VAS XML. As well, it is also possible to just link to a hosted VAS file. So instead of uploading the VAS code directly, many will just have a URL, and likewise we can add the URL using the URL option and add that to the campaign. One important note is that when you are uploading VAS tags, it's important that the tag you upload points to the final video file. So it's important that your VAS tag does not wrap another VAS tag and point to anything aside from the content, a single stop content of what is in your tag. So if we just take a quick look at how SiteScout's going to handle this, I'm just going to open the URL very quickly in the preview window and take a look at how SiteScout is wrapping your VAS tag. And for any folks that this is a bit overly technical, apologize, but there'll be a number of people on the webinar that want to see this. So we can see here this is the code that SiteScout is generating on the page. This is our player for the preview, and the tag that SiteScout created with your URL is here. And if we just grab that tag and take a look in the file, we have a VAS wrapper that SiteScout's put around it, and then of course your VAS is right here. And of course, if we open up your VAS, then we're seeing the full file as was created. So if anyone is using VAS tags, that is how we're wrapping them. Again, your VAS tag should not be wrapping another VAS tag. It's important that the VAS tag you upload is the final copy, or it is pointing to the final video. So I'm going to go through a few good questions here. So a few people have asked about companion banners, which is an important question. For anyone that's not aware of this, a companion banner is when you win a video, in-stream video ad display, and as a bonus, you get a free display ad placed next to the video. So for instance, if you think about YouTube, an ad will be playing in the video player, and to the right-hand side, the 300 by 250 banner will be the same brand often. That is a feature we're going to be adding very soon. Companion banners are usually free. Almost everyone, all the providers we've spoken to offer those for free. So very soon you will have the ability to add companion banners, and it'll appear right below your video ads down here. That should be coming fairly soon. Someone else is asking about completion reporting. Completion reporting is also very important, and is something that we are planning also on adding very soon. At SiteScout, it's important to realize we're constantly trying to push forward and release things, obviously as working products, as fast as possible. We have a lot of clients that were so eager to get their video ads running that some of the statistics and companion ad stuff was less of a priority. So we wanted to make sure we just had video up and working first. Along with companion ads, completion reporting is going to be a big thing that we want to add. Somebody else asked, are there restrictions for how long a video can be? Generally speaking, the lengths of video that are available, or the lengths of ad spots that are available, are going to be 15 or 30 seconds. Usually you'll find that there's going to be more. We find there's more 15-second inventory available, but it's recommended that you put a 15-second and a 30-second spot or advertisement into your campaign so that you can cover as much ground as possible. Just looking through. Someone's asking about creative approval for VAST, and so this kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier about VAST tags and wrapping other tags. So a few things. When you go to add a creative and you want to use VAST code, that will require that your account has been enabled for add tag access in the first place. So SiteScout customers by default are not able to upload dynamic code. And if you get in touch with our support team, we will give you instructions on how to go about having your account enabled for add tag access. When our video or when our ad review team is looking at your VAST tag, they're going to be inspecting obviously the video that you're pointing to, but more importantly, they're going to be looking at whether or not it's wrapping to another video or whether it's directly serving content. And obviously, we'll make decisions on approval based on the fact that ads are being uploaded correctly and are pointing at the final VAST file. Someone else asked, besides in-stream, will SiteScout be adding pre-roll for mobile, social, for instance, Facebook, connected TV? Absolutely, we are going to be adding as many video sources as possible. Of all of our exchange providers, many of them have video resources, or a video inventory. So our mobile providers definitely have video inventory. Some of our main display providers, who are some of the the bigger exchanges in the industry, have video inventory. We are going to be taking on all and any form of video that we can. One other thing I do want to point out, vPaid. No one's asked this question, but vPaid is something that we're not going to be supporting up front. That may be something that's happening a little bit later down the line. It is not necessarily on the top list of our priorities, so we can be transparent about that. I'm sure it will be coming though. Someone asked, do you support conversion tracking for video? And I could add to that, do we support retargeting? Every SiteScout feature, for the most part, is going to be supported by video. So obviously, there's certain features that rely on other targeting or certain types of inventory, for instance, mobile features. But absolutely, the way that a conversion tracking works, if someone's clicked on your video ad, we will drop a pixel, or we will write the cookie ID of that user, and of course, we'll be able to track conversions from that. Do click macros and timestamps need to be added to VAST tags? That's a great question. So VAST does not need to have click macro added to it. The way that VAST works, and I won't get into great detail, but the VAST tag spec actually allows for us to provide a click-through URL within this. So if your VAST tag has a click-through URL built in, our wrapper will automatically detect that and deal with it accordingly. Otherwise, if you're uploading video ads directly and you're just using the destination URL, which is sort of the standard way of targeting the destination click URL of your campaign, then absolutely SiteScout will be tracking clicks there. Just reading through the questions. There's a few more technical questions about the differences between VAST and vPaid. Just to save on time, I'm gonna skip over those. If somebody is interested in getting the details there, send an email to our support team or to any contact at SiteScout. We can get you some more detailed information about that. I'm just reading through the questions here. There's someone here who's asking questions about, I don't like to ignore any questions. This is a bit of a complicated question as well. Someone is asking questions about how reselling works if one exchange is passing inventory to another exchange. So they're saying, for instance, if one particular exchange provider were to pass inventory to another exchange provider, how would that work? Would they both end up on SiteScout? Would it work? Generally speaking, SiteScout is extremely careful to make sure that we're getting direct sources for all of our inventory and not duplicating inventory. So absolutely, there are exchanges that may be selling inventory to each other when it's not filled by one of their direct demand partners. we are very careful to try and find out where those things are as much as possible and request that only direct sold inventory comes through us. And generally speaking, most exchanges are segmenting inventory from other exchanges in such a way that they'll ask us in advance, if I'm talking to AppNexus, they will ask us in advance, do you want us to send you inventory from XYZ provider? And of course, we will only take inventory that is unique to that provider unless we don't have access to a certain exchange otherwise. But if we already have direct access, we're going to take direct access only. Someone asks, are there both user-initiated video and autoplay inventory available? For the most part, video is usually user-initiated in that the user has gone and requested a video page. Some sites, some video sites, the second you arrive on the page, they may begin to play the inventory immediately. So, if you arrive at the video page, the video fills most of the page, and it may start to play automatically. However, they've user-initiated in that they've obviously gone to the page and wanted to watch the video. Of course, a lot of video pages will require that you push play. So, that's in that case. If the user doesn't push play, then there is no auction to be had. So if the video never plays, then the ad never plays, and an auction is not run, and the impression is not available. How can you differentiate between in-stream and in-banner pre-roll? This is a great question, and it's something that we plan on working more on. Generally speaking, when you're looking at the inventory, you can look at the size of the player. So if we take a look at ad placements, then we're going to see different player sizes, and from that we can assume whether things might be in banner sizes or whether they may be full video player sizes. So it's just a couple examples here. That is what I'd recommend right now. We're going to be working on more tools surrounding that sort of thing in the near future. Regardless of platform, besides in-stream, will you start offering click-to-play, pre-roll, microsites, and page takeovers? Generally speaking, with RTB, I'd say the biggest thing to understand is that everyone in the industry is usually looking to create fairly standardized inventory types that can be targeted. So whether that's the dimensions or a rich media type, people try to maintain some sense of conformity so that when advertisers come with their particular creative, and that when all of the demand-side platforms in the world set up their targeting features, that it'll work across most of the available inventory. So again, as I said earlier, we're going to bring on as much video inventory as we can. We're going to bring on as many different types and sources of video inventory as we can. If they are supported by RTB and there's no reason why they require some major customization due to some rich media type or non-standard media type, then there's no reason why they would not end up being added to the SiteScout platform. Filtering, there's a few questions about filtering in general. So I was saying earlier that we'll very soon have a filter, when you're in the inventory tool. I'll just open it up now. That when you're in the inventory tool soon, on the inventory type, we will have a filter for video. This will include other filters. So yes, you'll be able to, as we're working through this, you'll be able to filter for ad size, and of course, we've got our standard dimensions, mobile dimensions, and we will add some of the major video dimensions as well. So that'll be something that people will be able to do. Can we send a list of available file types? That's actually a great question. And I'll be honest, I do not have the full list of available file types. I know that MP4s work very well, and that's what we've been using here. In the follow-up to this, we will post, we'll take a note, and in the follow-up to this, we will post a list of available video types and make sure that we've got that listed in the actual ad section of the platform. Let me just actually, oh, you know what? Here, it says right here. My mistake. MP4 only right now is a supported file type. I have uploaded other file types. I've uploaded AVIs and they worked. So you can attempt other file types. As well, I should point out, we currently have a max file size of 10 megabytes. We're hoping to remove that because your video will be transcoded into multiple formats and at all different sizes. So most likely in the future, you'll be able to upload larger videos, but for the time being, there is a 10 megabyte file size limit on video. I'm just looking through the questions to see if there's anything else. I think we've answered all of the questions. And I think I've covered, actually, I think through the question and answer period, I've covered a lot of the things that that I wanted to. Just to recap some of the upcoming features that are going to be showing up in the platform, we're going to be adding companion ads. We're going to be adding viewability statistics. You know, what did the video start playing? Did it finish a quarter? Did it finish a half? Was the video completed in its entirety by the user? We're going to be adding tons more video sources. So we're going to be getting YouTube. We're going to be getting all of the major video exchanges, and that's coming very soon. We're going to be getting mobile video and other types of video that display on different device types. And generally, we're going to be enhancing your ability to filter for video inventory, as well as your ability to get more detailed statistics on your video inventory. There's a few more questions have come in. I'm just going to double check. So there's one other question about options for the lower third banner ads on video. To the best of my knowledge, a lot of those banners are actually served. So this is when a banner shows at the bottom of an ad placement or at the bottom of a video, but it is actually a banner. To the best of my knowledge, those are still offered as display placements, not as video placements. There are options for, so this is what's called linear versus nonlinear. There are options for nonlinear VAST, where it would overlay something on the video but not actually pre-roll. We are not currently offering that. That is something I can't speak to as to timeline. However, right now all VAST stuff needs to be linear, which means that it's gonna be in stream. It will play before, during, or after the video, but not do an overlay on the video. I think that's all of the questions, and I really want to thank everybody for attending today. We are super excited to be launching video, and we feel that this really rounds out the platform to the point that we are now serving ads across desktop, we're now serving ads across mobile devices, and we've now got video. So there's no form of digital media now that SiteScout is not touching, and at this point we can offer a very creative or a very comprehensive cross-screen way to reach all of your marketing objectives through a single platform where RTB is concerned. We're very excited and looking forward to having everybody start using video on the platform. We're looking forward to having everybody start using version 2 of our beta software. And for anyone, there are a few questions that didn't get answered. For anyone that still would like to have their question answered, I encourage you, and you can do so immediately after this call, 1-888-216-3939. That will bring you to our client services team, and they'd be more than happy to answer questions about this at a detailed level, whether you want help with your individual campaign or whether you've got specific inventory questions. The number again is 888-216-3939. And of course, if you go to the SiteScout website, you'll see that phone number, or if you log into the platform and use the help link, you'll also see that phone number. Thanks again, everybody, for joining the webinar. It has been a pleasure to have you, and have a wonderful Thursday afternoon. Goodbye.